Hey guys, really good college basketball game. Great atmosphere. Obviously, we're disappointed in the outcome, but this is Big Ten basketball. You get the opportunity to play a top 10 team on the road. In February to get yourself ready for all the basketball that's coming, and I think this will serve us really well. I thought it was a really hard-fought back-and-forth game, and we took some punches, we threw some punches, and unfortunately, just they kind of threw sort of the haymaker. And that after we withstood the third quarter and the free throw situation, like we were right there, and then they're a really excellent team, and they had a great start to the fourth quarter, and we couldn't respond to that. Proud of our team in the fight, and I think it'll make us better. I will say I think they're legit. I think Jelani Cambridge is as good of a guard as there is, and probably doesn't get talked about enough. And they showed up and made big plays, and it was a great college basketball game that we didn't win, which is disappointing for us.
Jazzy, it looks like you're a little emotional right now. What are you just kind of feeling after that one?
I just think that we're all competitors and we all want to win. And sorry.
Okay.
Yeah. It's just a hard loss, but it's fine. We'll learn from it.
I was wondering for coaches and players, what do you feel like happened throughout that 15-1 run? Like, what do you think was the difference maker in the fourth?
Looking at the stat sheet, they scored 31 points off of our 25 turnovers. You can't, draw up a script to come to Ohio State and withstand that. And we fought like heck to do so, But I think just a string of plays in a row. They're good at making tough plays, so you sure as heck can't give them the easy ones off of turnovers. And I have to go back and watch the actual sequence, but I think it was, a couple tough shots, sandwiched with a couple, turnovers maybe and easier, points off turnovers, and us not continuing to level up, with baskets at that same time.
Lindsay, you mentioned Jelani being one of the better guards who played. How difficult is preparing for the speed she has with the ball in her hands? It just seems like she's a press picker by herself sometimes.
Sure. We played on Thursday night at home. So we had a practice at home on Friday before we flew, but Friday's not the day after a game where you can do everything at jet speed. We do have some male practice players who can simulate that speed, but that's not the day that we can do that. Now we're here and you don't necessarily have that. So, at this time of year, a lot of your preparation is mental and showing on film. We have a really, really good defensive team. We have good matchups on people. It's obviously never on one person that's on the team speed, but she's elite with that, and the way that they play is elite with that. And I would still say it wasn't necessarily off of, that she scored. It obviously puts you under duress the whole game, but I think after that first couple minutes, maybe we were able to get back and force them into some tougher looks. The free throw line hurt us really a lot in the second half, and the turnovers hurt us for sure. Excuse me.
Brianna McClay, the Columbus Dispatch, either for Lindsay or Kennedy, you faced Ohio State over a year ago last year and picked up a victory. I'm not sure if you can really recall what's kind of changed facing Ohio State compared to last season this season.
You want to take it first?
I feel like last year's Ohio State team, they had, different players. Obviously, Cody McMahon was in there, so I feel like their kind of offensive sets were kind of a little bit different. But I feel this year it's really ran through Jelani and Chance, so just trying to navigate through that. Obviously, Jelani's a great player, makes a lot of tough shots, so it's always on the move. Like, it's always a cut. It's always something so you can't get caught lacking on the offensive end. So just trying to stay composed and stay in front.
Take one more.
Coach, this is now the third or fourth trip y'all have made from West Coast, either Central Time Zone or the East Coast now. I know Big Ten was initially doing a 2-year plan for the way schedules are working now. What's kind of the feedback as you're in your final, East Coast stretch this season with the schedule?
Yeah, I never have, nor will I ever make an excuse for the travel and the distance. We won the regular season conference title. We won 17-1 last year with it, a lot of travel as well. The one thing, they're really good with feedback. The one thing I said last year was we ended up with a cadence last year every single time of Sunday afternoon, Wednesday night. And that extended the trip by like 2 days, because then you leave on Friday, and then we're finished at, whatever time it is, 5 o'clock on Sunday, and you have Sunday night, all day Monday, all day Tuesday, all day Wednesday, and we're home at 3 in. And I said, and then they have 8 a.m. class on Thursday. So I said, let's flip it and play Thursday, Sunday, which I got for 3 out of the 4 trips, so you can't win them all, I guess. And just, there's a lot of a million, obviously bonuses we get from, look at this crowd, and this crowd gets to see our team. We draw really well on the road. Our players get these atmospheres. I was told them this is an atmosphere like, we're likely to be in the NCAA tournament. So we're grateful for all the things it brings us. I do think that the West Coast schools have a different experience than everyone else, and all thoughts should go towards how do we make it as equitable as possible. And I do think they're responsive on that.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thanks.